The Quapaw Indians. A deep dive into their history and culture in Ashley County. Note: this is an original essay on the Quapaw people and other indigenous people associated with South Arkansas, particularly around Crossett. We have learned a lot since we wrote this essay. There is a long history of indigenous people in our part of the country. One being what this area is probably the seed of the Caddo people through what we are calling the Mossy Lake people. More on that later. Today we are primarily focusing in on the Quapaw, which were in the Ashley County for sure, but also Drew County, which we all know was all native homelands at some point. Let's get on with the essay. Introduction. The Quapaw Indians, the original inhabitants of South Arkansas, have a rich and complex history that is deeply intertwined with the land that is now known as Ashley County. Their journey as they navigated through conflicts, treaties, and changes in their way of life provides a rich tapestry of cultural heritage and historical significance. Origins and characteristics. The Quapaw Indians, also known as the Arkansas or Ozarks, were driven south by the Illinois Stronger tribe. They were known for their physical prowess, being tall, well-built, and brave. Their unique characteristics, such as their dark aquiline features and their chivalrous conduct even in warfare, set them apart from other tribes. Their population was numerous when De Soto first came to Arkansas in 1541, with 5,000 of them living in one village or settlement on the riverbank. However, by 1818 their number had decreased to about 1,500. Interactions and treaties. The Quapaw had a series of interactions with other tribes and the U.S. government, often leading to treaties that significantly altered their way of life. Notably, the Treaties of 1824 and 1833 led to the cession of large portions of their lands, including parts of Ashley County, to the United States. These events underscore the resilience of the Quapaw tribe in the face of adversity and the significant role they played in the history of Ashley County. Lifestyle and practices. The Quapaw Indians led a life deeply connected with nature. Their diet consisted of a variety of game and fish, and they cultivated crops like corn using simple yet effective farming practices. They also had unique social and spiritual practices, including medicine men performing tricks to drive away evil spirits and cure the sick. Their concept of heaven was a happy hunting ground, reflecting their close relationship with the environment and the importance of hunting in their society. Movements and settlements. The Quapaw Indians experienced several movements and relocations throughout their history. After ceding their lands to the United States, they were relocated to northwest Louisiana to become a part of the Caddo tribe. However, due to challenges there, they returned to their original lands only to find them occupied by new settlers. Eventually they were relocated to land west of the state line of Missouri, now part of Ottawa County, Oklahoma. Archaeological evidence. Evidence of the Quapaw Indians' presence can be found in various parts of Ashley County. Notably, an Indian mound near Parkdale and artifacts found near Sim Harris Lake provide valuable insights into their way of life. These archaeological findings, along with the tradition of an Indian trail running along the Manihout Creek, help piece together the history of the Quapaw Indians in this region. Conclusion. The history of the Quapaw Indians in Ashley County is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the Quapaw tribe. Despite the challenges they faced, their legacy continues to shape the history and culture of Ashley County. As we delve deeper into this history, we are reminded of the words of an unknown poet. From off the crested waves, amid the forests where they roamed, there rings no hunter's shout, and all their cone-like cabins that clustered o'er the vale have disappeared as withered leaves before the autumn gale. These lines serve as a poignant reminder of the Quapaw Indians' presence in this land and the impermanence of human constructs in the face of nature and time. PS1. Indigenous people in the history books. The decline in the population of the Quapaw Indians post-1540 is indeed a significant aspect of their history. This decline aligns with the observations made by Charles C. Mann in his book, 1491, where he discusses the impact of diseases brought by Europeans on the indigenous populations of the Americas. The Quapaw, like many other indigenous tribes, experienced a drastic reduction in their population, from 5,000 to 1,500 in their particular settlement. This decline was not due to natural attrition but was a consequence of diseases introduced by European settlers. This information, available in W. Y. Etheridge's book on the history of Ashley County, provides a stark reminder of the challenges faced by the indigenous populations. Unfortunately, these aspects of history were often overlooked or forgotten in educational curriculums for many years. However, in the 21st century, there is a growing recognition of the importance of understanding and teaching this history. More books and resources are being discovered and utilized, shedding light on the experiences of the Native Americans, the original inhabitants of America. The story of the Quapaw Indians serves as a poignant reminder of the resilience of indigenous populations in the face of adversity. Their history, marked by both prosperity and hardship, continues to shape our understanding of the past and influence our perspective on the present. It's a testament to the enduring spirit of the Quapaw Indians and all indigenous populations across the Americas. Again, thank you to Nancy Toon and the Ashley County Library for helping gather the resources to study and write about Y.W. Etheridge's history of Ashley County. 10 things you may or may not know about the Quapaw people. 1. The Quapaw are members of the Degiha-Siouan language group, which also includes the Osage, the Omaha, the Ponca, and the Kanza. 2. They first appeared in historical accounts in 1673 when they encountered the first French explorers in the Mississippi River Valley. 3. The French called the Quapaw the Arkansas, the Illini word for people of the South Wind. 4. At that time the Quapaw lived in 4 villages along the Mississippi River. 5. The tribe was divided into 2 large moieties, divisions, Earth and Sky, and into 21 clans. 6. Each moiety and all clans had members in all 4 villages, so that each individual had close ties to people in every community. 7. The Quapaw lived in villages made up of rectangular bark-covered lodges built on mounds. 8. The Quapaw grew corn, beans, squash, pumpkins, gourds, and tobacco in fields near their villages. 9. They also hunted bison, deer, and other animals and gathered nuts and fruit. 10. They were skilled artisans noted for their red-on-white pottery. 11. Bonus. The Quapaw people hunted Ashley County. These facts provide a glimpse into the rich history and culture of the Quapaw people. The Quapaw people, an integral part of Ashley County's history. The history of Ashley County, Arkansas is deeply intertwined with the lives and culture of the Quapaw people. Known as the people of the South Wind, the Quapaw have left an indelible mark on the county's heritage. The Quapaw are part of the Degiha-Siouan language group, which also includes the Osage, Omaha, Ponca, and Kanza. They first appeared in historical accounts in 1673 when they encountered French explorers in the Mississippi River Valley. The French named them the Arkansas, the Illini word for people of the South Wind. At that time the Quapaw lived in 4 villages along the Mississippi River. Their society was divided into 2 large moieties or divisions, Earth and Sky, and into 21 clans. Each moiety and all clans had members in all 4 villages, ensuring that each individual had close ties to people in every community. The Earth people tended to administrative affairs, managing daily activities, resource allocation, and decision-making processes within the community. On the other hand, the Sky people were more involved in spiritual matters, overseeing religious ceremonies, rituals, and rites of passage. The Quapaw lived in villages made up of rectangular bark-covered lodges built on mounds. They grew corn, beans, squash, pumpkins, gourds, and tobacco in fields near their villages. They also hunted bison, deer, and other animals and gathered nuts and fruit. They were skilled artisans noted for their red-on-white pottery. The Quapaw's deep connection with nature and their surroundings, as well as their belief in the balance between the physical and spiritual worlds, is a testament to their rich culture and wisdom. Their history and contributions continue to be an integral part of Ashley County's heritage. The Quapaw Indian Houses. A glimpse into the past. Introduction. The Quapaw Indians, a tribe native to the southeastern region of what is now the United States, were known for their unique and practical housing structures. These houses, built with materials readily available in their environment, were a testament to the Quapaw's resourcefulness and adaptability. This essay will delve into the architectural details of these houses, providing a glimpse into the daily life of the Quapaw Indians in Ashley and Drew County. Construction of the Quapaw Houses. Quapaw houses were rectangular structures arranged around an open area or plaza in their villages. The construction process began with the driving of long poles into the ground in parallel rows. The tops of these poles were then bent over and tied together, creating a sturdy framework. Horizontal branches were interwoven among the uprights, adding further stability to the structure. The framework was then covered with sheets of bark, providing insulation and protection from the elements. Interior of the Quapaw Houses. The interior of a Quapaw house was both practical and comfortable. Platforms lined the interior walls, covered with woven mats. These platforms served multiple purposes, used for sitting during the day and sleeping at night. The houses were also equipped with central hearths, which provided both heat and light. This setup allowed for a communal living space where families could gather, share meals, and engage in daily activities. Community buildings. In addition to individual houses, each Quapaw village also had a community building. These buildings were constructed in a similar manner to the houses, but were much larger in size. They served as a communal space where the villagers could assemble for meetings and ceremonies. These community buildings were a testament to the Quapaw's strong sense of community and their value for collective decision-making. Conclusion. The Quapaw houses offer a fascinating insight into the lives of the Quapaw Indians. Their unique construction and practical design reflect the resourcefulness and adaptability of the Quapaw people. These houses, built with materials readily available in their environment, were not just mere structures. They were homes that fostered a sense of community and facilitated the daily activities of the Quapaw Indians. Today they stand as a testament to the rich cultural heritage of the Quapaw Indians in Ashley and Drew County. Quapaw women farmers. The backbone of sustainability and the Three Sisters method. Introduction. The Quapaw Indians, a tribe native to the southeastern region of what is now the United States, were known for their unique and sustainable agricultural practices. Central to these practices were the Quapaw women, who were the primary farmers in their communities. This essay will delve into the role of Quapaw women in agriculture, with a particular focus on their implementation of the Three Sisters farming method. Quapaw women. The farmers of the tribe. In Quapaw society, women were the primary farmers. They cultivated fields near their villages, growing a variety of crops such as corn, beans, squash, pumpkins, gourds, and tobacco. After contact with Europeans, they added melons and peaches to their gardens and raised chickens. This division of labor, where women were in charge of farming and men were typically responsible for hunting and gathering, was common in many indigenous societies. It ensured a balanced and sustainable approach to food production. The Three Sisters method. The Three Sisters method is a form of companion planting that was widely used by Native American tribes including the Quapaw. This method involves planting corn, beans and squash together in a mutually beneficial arrangement. Each of the three crops contributes something unique to the planting. Corn provides a structure for the beans to climb, eliminating the need for poles. Beans in turn help to fix nitrogen in the soil, which benefits all three crops. Finally, the squash spreads along the ground, blocking the sunlight and preventing the establishment of weeds. The squash leaves also act as a natural mulch, conserving water and providing an added layer of protection against pests. Quapaw women and the Three Sisters. The implementation of the Three Sisters method among the Quapaw was largely the responsibility of the women. They understood the benefits of this planting method and how to make the most of it. The women would plant the crops together, carefully ensuring the right spacing and sequence to allow each plant to thrive without hindering the others. The Three Sisters method was more than just a farming technique for the Quapaw women. It was a way of life that reflected their deep understanding of the environment and their commitment to living in harmony with nature. Conclusion. The Quapaw women farmers played a crucial role in their communities. They were the primary food producers, using sustainable farming methods that ensured the health of both their people and the land. The Three Sisters method in particular stands as a testament to their agricultural wisdom and their harmonious relationship with the environment. Today, their practices offer valuable lessons in sustainable farming and environmental stewardship. The Quapaw Indians. Traces of their legacy and what the French word chemin ahaut means. The legacy of the Quapaw Indians can still be traced in the landscape of Ashley County. One such trace is the manihout, an early highroad used by the Quapaw and the French in their interactions. This name likely derived from the French words chemin, route or highway, and haut, high, is a testament to the shared history of these two cultures. Another significant trace of the Quapaw Indians can be found around Sulphur Springs, southwest of Crossit. Here, evidence of an Indian burial ground exists with a mound that can still be seen today. Given that Sulphur Springs was a health resort, it's likely that the Quapaws used it as such. The burial mound there could reveal many things of interest if it were opened and examined by an archaeologist. It's entirely possible that a competent archaeologist might even diagnose the diseases from which the Indians died, a practice that has been done in Egypt and other ancient lands. However, much of the Quapaw's legacy has faded with time. The forests where they once roamed now ring with silence, devoid of the hunter's shout. Their cone-like cabins, which once clustered over the vale, have disappeared, much like withered leaves before the autumn gale. In conclusion, the history of the Quapaw Indians is a testament to their resilience and their deep connection with the land. Their story, marked by a series of treaties, transitions, and injustices, is an integral part of the history of Ashley County in Arkansas. The traces of their legacy, though faint, provide a deeper understanding of the region's original inhabitants and the challenges they faced. Note: this is a brief overview of the Quapaw Indians as described in Etheridge's History of Ashley County. If you have questions, please let me know. Today we're taking a step back in time to explore the rich culinary traditions of the Quapaw Indians, the original inhabitants of South Arkansas. Cooking utensils. Did you know that the Quapaw Indians likely used utensils made from materials such as clay, copper, brass, and iron? These materials were readily available and highly durable, perfect for cooking over an open fire. Pottery. The Quapaw were skilled potters, creating a variety of pots and bowls for cooking and storing food. These beautiful and functional pieces were often made from local clay. Cooking methods. The Quapaw used a variety of cooking methods, including roasting, boiling, and baking. Imagine the delicious meals they could create over an open fire. Food preparation. The Quapaw had a unique way of preparing their food. They would often grind corn using a rock bowl and pestle, creating a type of meal that could be used to make bread and other dishes. Fishing tools. Fishing was a major part of the Quapaw diet. They used a variety of tools for fishing, including nets and hooks. Fresh fish, anyone? Join us as we continue to explore the fascinating history and culture of the Quapaw Indians. Stay tuned for more insights on Ashley County now. The Quapaw Indians indeed had several notable interactions with explorers and colonists after Hernando de Soto's expedition. Here are some key encounters. 1. Marquette and Joliet, 1673. More than a century after Soto's expedition, French explorers Jacques Marquette and Louis Joliet encountered the Quapaw living in villages near the confluence of the Arkansas and Mississippi rivers. This marked the beginning of a new series of encounters between the Quapaw and Europeans. 2. French explorers. Late 17th to early 18th century. Several groups of French explorers made their way down the Mississippi from the Great Lakes and up the Mississippi from the Gulf Coast. At the same time, a handful of English traders reached the Mississippi Valley via overland routes from the Carolinas. 3. Calumet dance ritual. The Quapaw used a new ritual, the Calumet dance, to greet European visitors. In this ritual, the Indian community gathered at its ceremonial ground where visitors were seated in a place of honor. Community leaders then brought out the calumet, a carved stone pipe adorned with decorations, symbolizing the community's primary social divisions. The pipe was filled with tobacco and lit, then passed among the Indian leaders and their guests. These interactions with the outside world significantly influenced the Quapaw's way of life and their relationship with other tribes and European settlers. They also played a crucial role in shaping the history of Ashley County. Direct quotes from Y.W. Etheridge's book. As a part of the hunting grounds of the Quapaws, we are informed by Captain Bossu of the French army, who traveled among them in 1750 and 1751, as quoted by Fay Hempstead, page 21 and following of his History of Arkansas, that the country of the Arkansas is one of the finest in the world. The soil of it is so fertile that it produces without any cultivation European wheat, all kinds of food and good fruit unknown in France. Game of all kinds is plentiful there. Wild oxen, buffalo, stags, roebucks, bears, tigers, leopards, foxes, wildcats, rabbits, turkeys, grouse, pheasants, partridges, quails, turtles, wood pigeons, swans, buzzards, ducks of all kinds, teals, divers, snipes, waterhens, golden plovers, stares, thrushes, and other birds which are not known in Europe. He failed to say anything about squirrels, coons, possums, otter, beaver, and other wildlife that roamed the wilderness. Journey down the Mississippi. Father Pierre-François Xavier de Charlevoix and the Quapaw Indians. Hello Ashley County now. Let's delve into the journey of Father Pierre-François Xavier de Charlevoix, a French Jesuit priest, traveler and historian who is often considered the first historian of New France. In 1781, Charlevoix embarked on a significant journey. He traveled up the St. Lawrence River, passed through the Great Lakes, and made the portage to the Mississippi River. During his travels, he encountered various indigenous tribes, including the Quapaw Indians. Charlevoix's observations and experiences provided one of the earliest descriptive accounts of North America. His work continues to be a valuable resource for historians and researchers studying this period. Stay tuned for more fascinating insights into the history and culture of the Quapaw Indians on Ashley County now. The Quapaw Indians, the Aboriginal inhabitants of South Arkansas. The history of South Arkansas is deeply intertwined with the lives and traditions of its Aboriginal inhabitants, the Quapaw Indians. Known by various names such as the Arkansas or Ozarks, the Quapaws have a rich and diverse history that is as fascinating as it is complex. The Quapaws, according to their tradition, were driven south down the Mississippi River by the Illinois tribes stronger than themselves. This migration marked the beginning of their history in South Arkansas. Their encounters with various explorers led to them being known by different names. Marquette called them Arkansas, LaSalle referred to them as Arkansas, Jule named them Arkansas, and Clairvoix called them Kappas. However, the name that finally stuck was the Quapaws. The Quapaws were known for their physical prowess and character. They were tall, well-built and brave with exceptional skills in swimming, hunting and fishing. Their mild character earned them respect among both the French and the Americans. They were dark-skinned with aquiline features and lacked the common copper tinge of most Indians. Their chivalrous nature was evident even in times of war. One notable story of their chivalry involves a war with the Chickasaws. The Quapaws, upon realizing that the Chickasaws were retreating due to a lack of ammunition, offered to supply them with powder for the contest. This act of fairness in the face of conflict speaks volumes about their character and values. The Quapaws' lifestyle and customs were simple yet intriguing. They had little or no marriage ceremony and separations were common. The boys usually went with the father and the girls with the mother. Their clothing was made of dressed leather or calico and they adorned themselves with handkerchiefs, rings in their noses and ears. They lived in fear of spirits and supernatural forces and believed in a heavenly happy hunting ground. The Quapaws were numerous when De Soto first arrived in Arkansas in 1541 with about 5,000 of them, living in one village on the river bank. However, by 1818 their numbers had dwindled to about 1,500. On August 24 of that year, some of the tribe's chiefs met with U.S. commissioners in St. Louis and entered into a treaty of friendship, cession, and limits, ceding a significant portion of their lands to the United States. In conclusion, the history of the Quapaw Indians is a testament to their resilience, character, and rich cultural heritage. Their story is an integral part of the history of Ashley County in Arkansas, providing a glimpse into the lives of the region's original inhabitants. The Quapaw Indians, living off the land. The history of the Quapaw Indians is not only a tale of survival and resilience but also a testament to their deep connection with the land. Ashley County, part of the Quapaws' hunting grounds, was described by Captain Bossu of the French Army as one of the finest in the world. Its fertile soil produced a variety of food and fruit without any cultivation, and it was home to a plethora of game, from wild oxen, buffalo, stags, roebucks, bears, tigers, leopards, foxes, wildcats, rabbits, to a variety of birds and turtles. The land was teeming with wildlife. Interestingly, Captain Bossu failed to mention other common animals like squirrels, coons, possums, otter and beaver that roamed the wilderness. Fishing was also a significant part of the Quapaws' lifestyle. As reported by one of De Soto's party who visited the area in 1541, the Quapaws had an abundance of fish in their waters. They used nets to catch as much as they wanted, including a fish they called baggers, which had a large head and sharp spikes along its sides. Another notable fish was the peelfish, characterized by its long snout and shovel-like upper lip. The Quapaws had a simple yet effective method of farming. The ground was so rich that all they had to do to raise corn or other grains was to stick a hole in the ground, drop a seed in it, cover it up, and pull the weeds out. They also had to protect their crops from deer, bear, and coons. Nuts were plentiful and acorns were roasted, ground into meal using a rock bowl and pestle, and made into a loaf by mixing this meal with water and salt. The loaf was then baked by wrapping it in corn husks or large blades of grass and covering it over with hot ashes. In conclusion, the history of the Quapaw Indians is a testament to their ability to live off the land and their deep connection with nature. Their story, marked by a series of treaties, transitions, and injustices, is an integral part of the History of Ashley County in Arkansas, providing a glimpse into the lives of the region's original inhabitants and the challenges they faced. Note, this essay provides a comprehensive overview of the Quapaw Indians as described in Etheridge's History of Ashley County. The Quapaw Indians. Treaties and Transitions. The history of the Quapaw Indians is marked by a series of treaties and transitions that shaped their destiny and the landscape of South Arkansas. The first significant treaty was signed in 1818, which saw the Quapaws cede a large portion of their lands to the United States. This treaty, which cut across Ashley County, resulted in the acquisition of some 16 million acres of land by the U.S. government for future settlement, including about 3/4 of Ashley County. The Quapaws received $4,000 in goods and $1,000 in goods every year as consideration. However, the dealings of the U.S. government with the Quapaws were not always fair. In 1824, another treaty was signed under which the Quapaws ceded the land they had retained under the former treaty to the U.S. government. This amounted to some 1,500,000 acres of land. The Quapaws, then consisting of some 700 members, were to move to northwest Louisiana and become a part of the Caddo tribe there along the Red River. Unfortunately, the transition was not smooth. The Caddos refused to accept the Quapaws as members of their tribe and assigned them to an area where the Red River overflowed, leading to the destruction of their crops. The Quapaws returned to their old haunts only to find their lands occupied by new settlers. They were in a pitiable condition. In response to this situation, the U.S. government took action. Another treaty was signed in 1833, under which the Quapaws ceded the land given to them by the Caddo tribe in Louisiana to the U.S. government. In return, the government conveyed to them 150 sections of land west of the state line of Missouri, now a part of Ottawa County, Oklahoma. The government also paid their debts, moved them free of charge to their new location, and contributed to their comfort. In conclusion, the history of the Quapaw Indians is a testament to their resilience in the face of adversity and change. Their story, marked by a series of treaties and transitions, is an integral part of the history of Ashley County in Arkansas, providing a glimpse into the lives of the region's original inhabitants and the challenges they faced. The Quapaw Indians. A tale of survival and betrayal. The history of the Quapaw Indians is a tale of survival, resilience, and betrayal. After being moved from Arkansas, the tribe was thoroughly robbed and cheated, leaving only about 200 warriors from the once numerous tribe. Hecaton, their principal chief, died soon after the tribe was moved. Saracen, a half-breed, lived out his life near Pine Bluff, dying in 1839. He is remembered as a superior person and an honorable gentleman, with a memorial window in his honor at a local Catholic church. Saracen's bravery and commitment to his people were evident in his actions. One such instance involved the rescue of 2 children from a wandering band of Chickasaws. Saracen, responding to the frantic appeal of the children's mother, stealthily approached the Chickasaw camp at night, raised the war whoop, and made a dash for the children. The Chickasaws, thinking it was a night attack by the Quapaws, were thrown into confusion, allowing Saracen to escape with the children and return them to their overjoyed mother. However, the dealings of the U.S. government with the Quapaws were far from honorable. The government, considering that the tribes had occupation rights and not ownership, skillfully distributed presents among the chieftains and warriors to persuade them to sell or leave their territories. These gifts included food, drink, guns, knives, tomahawks, red handkerchiefs, and blankets. The chiefs were usually given a first payment and pensions, effectively bribing them to sell the land that belonged to the whole tribe. The government had agents who were supposed to reside among the tribes to distribute these annuities and adjust disputes between the tribes and the whites or other tribes. However, these agents often conspired with certain merchants to cheat both the government and the Indians. This unscrupulous behavior by the government and its agents further exacerbated the plight of the Quapaw Indians. In conclusion, the history of the Quapaw Indians is a testament to their resilience in the face of adversity and betrayal. Their story, marked by a series of treaties, transitions, and injustices, is an integral part of the history of Ashley County in Arkansas, providing a glimpse into the lives of the region's original inhabitants and the challenges they faced. This comprehensive essay provides an engaging overview of the Quapaw Indians as described in Etheridge's History of Ashley County. The Quapaw Indians had unique customs related to love and marriage. They were patrilineal, meaning they traced descent through the father's family. They were also patrilocal, which meant that wives lived with their husbands' families. In terms of marriage restrictions, a Quapaw could not marry a person from the same moiety. This rule helped maintain social balance and diversity within the tribe. As for their appearance, married women wore their hair loose while unmarried women wore braids rolled into coils fastened behind each ear and decorated with ornaments. This distinction in hairstyles was likely a cultural symbol indicating marital status. These customs provide a glimpse into the social norms and practices of the Quapaw Indians related to love and marriage. They reflect a society that valued family ties, social balance, and clear distinctions in roles and statuses. Stay tuned for more insights into the fascinating culture and history of the Quapaw Indians on Ashley County Now. The Quapaw Indians indeed had several notable interactions with explorers and colonists after Hernando de Soto's expedition. Here are some key encounters. 1. Marquette and Joliet, 1673. More than a century after Soto's expedition, French explorers Jacques Marquette and Louis Joliet encountered the Quapaw living in villages near the confluence of the Arkansas and Mississippi rivers. This marked the beginning of a new series of encounters between the Quapaw and Europeans. 2. French explorers. Late 17th to early 18th century. Several groups of French explorers made their way down the Mississippi from the Great Lakes and up the Mississippi from the Gulf Coast. At the same time, a handful of English traders reached the Mississippi Valley via overland routes from the Carolinas. 3. Calumet dance ritual. The Quapaw used a new ritual, the Calumet dance, to greet European visitors. In this ritual, the Indian community gathered at its ceremonial ground where visitors were seated in